Welcome inside our New York studios. Kevin Carter, Beanie Wells. I'm Brent Stover. Week number 7 in college football featured some big games, big schools, and big performances that provided all of us with some big game buzz. So, Kevin, you're up first. Which player are you buzzing about after another epic college football Saturday?
Someone who's been playing the position about as well as anyone in the country. Ty Simpson, Alabama Crimson Tide. His performance, slinging it around the yard today on the road versus Missouri, was just simply masterful. His performance has been begging for his teammates to step up and join him on his level of play. They've been winning because he's been so masterful. It was nice today to see a little bit of his teammates join, namely his defense. On the road, your defense has got to come with you. Your run game's got to come with you. Jam Miller, he spurred the effort for about 115 yards on the ground. They didn't win the rushing battle, but the defense took care, got a few turnovers. But Ty Simpson has continued to be one of the best quarterbacks on time, efficient, poised, and the pocket makes every throw on the offense. He's a stud.
You got to love what Ty Simpson's been out there doing on the offensive end. He's made Kalen DeBoer's job a little more secure and had to make him feel a lot better about what he has on the offensive end. It's something about those kids that play quarterback whose dad happens to be coaches. You go back to Joe Burrow, you think about how good he was, how well he understood defenses. Ty Simpson is the exact same way. He can dissect the defense. He has the arm strength and the arm talent to deliver big plays constantly. He steps up in big moments. We saw it versus Georgia, and we saw it here today versus Missouri.
All right, so Alabama remaining schedule. They are halfway through. You're talking about a distant memory, the way they lost to Florida State to open. They've reeled off 5 in a row, beaten 3 AP-ranked teams, and now they got Tennessee coming to town, the 12th-ranked team in America, on the road against South Carolina, home against number 11 LSU. OU be tricky, then Eastern Illinois gets you ready for the Auburn game. It'll be a road matchup at the end of November. What do you think of the remaining schedule for Alabama?
It looks good, right? Anyone who's in the Big Ten or the SEC has a daunting schedule down the stretch. That's just par for the course. But there are games that Alabama can win because it matters how you play, right? It matters when you play, and it matters where you play. So a lot of those games are going to be favorable matchups because they're going to have a few of those tougher matchups at home. But this team, if they play like they go on the road and play like they did today against Missouri, I don't think they'll have a problem because the defense was sound and the run game showed up and made his job easier on third down.
Yeah, can they win out when you look at that schedule the rest of the way, 6 games left?
It's going to be tough, a tough task, but nonetheless, if they play like they did, like Kevin said, they absolutely can do it. The thing that's gotten them over the hump and got them playing better football is Jam Miller in that run game. If he's healthy enough to take some of the pressure off Ty Simpson, I absolutely believe the Alabama Crimson Tide can do it.
All right, so as a group, Kevin's got Ty Simpson. Who are you buzzing about individually?
Let me go out to Oregon. There was a guy that played for Indiana by the name of Elijah Sarratt. All he does is go out and make big plays for this football team. Today he delivered 8 catches, 161 yards, and a touchdown. He was a carryover from JMU, a guy that was with Kirk Cinetti for some years, went to Indiana and has been very productive ever since. He is the go-to guy for Fernando Mendoza in this offense.
Yeah, I like Elijah Sarratt because he's sort of like a possession plus type receiver, right? He's a guy that can catch everything on the route tree, but he can also take the top off for your defense. He's that kind of player where you can throw to him often, but he's also that big play guy when you need a ball to be caught. He's the one to get it done. Top 1/4 of receivers nationally, 82 yards a game, stud.
All right, so with that in mind, let's look at Indiana now the rest of the way. They are perfect 6-0, and they're going to get Michigan State, UCLA, Maryland, Penn State, which is just a reeling team right now. Wisconsin also just getting beat up bad, and Purdue is obviously not having a good season. These are 6, not just winnable games, but 6 games that you should be heavily favored in my mind. I feel like they absolutely 100% should win out. Is that how you see it?
They most certainly should if they don't have that blemish. And that blemish that I'm talking about is, when you start feeling yourself a little bit too much, you go into the game sleepwalking and somebody creeps up on you and hits you with a left hook and knocks you out. That certainly could happen, especially when we talk about playing Maryland. They're a tough football team, but if they bring their A game every single week, they most certainly will run through the schedule.
Conference play can be tricky, and it's tricky for everyone, even a good team like Indiana. But look, that's the key to all this. There's a bullseye on your back. You put people on notice because of what you've put on film. And what they put on film against Oregon, against one of the best teams in the land on the road, dude, yeah, everyone's going to be ready for Indiana coming to town.
All right, so you have Sarratt. I'm going to call my own number, and the player I'm buzzing about is Texas quarterback Arch Manning. He's the most hyped quarterback perhaps of all time, and it's been up and down, quite frankly, so far this season for Texas, already suffering 2 losses. But in the Red River rivalry, he made the big plays when he absolutely had to as the Longhorns took down the 6th-ranked Sooners. Arch with his biggest throw of the game mid-third of that touchdown pass back in the end zone. DeAndre Moore had a massive run late in the game that we just showed you. He scampered 29 yards down the sideline for a key first down, helped to put the game on ice with a key field goal. So Manning finishes with an efficient day, 21 of 27, 166, and a touchdown in the biggest win of his career. And Beanie, the first time in his career he has won away from home.
You know what Kevin always says, it's how you play in the big moments. And this was a big moment, most certainly for Texas and Arch Manning. And all he did was go out there and deliver. He was efficient, and he took care of the football, most importantly. Yes, there were times where he was under duress, but he was able to pull it down, run it, and extend the drives. Arch Manning is trending in the right direction. I know everybody gave him a lot of slack in the early part of the year, but he's a young quarterback. Give him time to develop. I think we're watching him in that maturation process right now.
And as a quarterback, you know, when you're playing in a rivalry game like this, it matters how you play compared to the other team's quarterback, right? John Mateer coming back from injury, and the buzz is all about him. I mean, if John Mateer was healthy and we weren't talking about him coming back from injury, I mean, he was on pace. We were talking about Mateer for the Heisman. I mean, the way he played. But look, there's a reason that sometimes coming back from injury takes a little bit. The timing, all the poise in the pocket, all the things that have to take place on a play-by-play execution, all the different parts, the idiosyncratic things that you have to do on a play-to-play basis, those things weren't working for Oklahoma today, and there was 3 turnovers, costly turnovers in this one. But what I like about Arch Manning is that he kept his poise. This is the way that this Texas team should have been playing all year round. What do I mean by that? I mean the defense stepping up. I mean Contravion Wisner, the guys, the running game stepping up, backs out of the backfield, making weapons available to him in this offense. Allow him to be poised and calm in the pocket, but take the pressure off of him. Run the ball. Play good defense. That's what they did today. And guess what? Arch Manning shined, okay? Quarterback's performance is directly proportional to the run game and defense, and today was a good example of that.
All right, well, the rest of our crew, the ones that aren't on camera, play a massive role all day and night long here at CBS Sports Network. Let's hear who they are buzzing on.
Prime time.
Oh, prime time. Okay, didn't see that one coming. A little bit of a curveball, but a huge win clearly for Coach Prime in Colorado, taking down the Iowa State Cyclones.
No question about it. You know, Prime Time, they've had a season that's been up and down, trying to figure out what they would do post the Shedeur Sanders era. And right now, they're getting it done, mainly by the way that they're playing defense. They had a quarterback carousel at the beginning of the year. I think they finally settled in with Caden Salter. They're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, time of possession, turnover margin, penalties in the game. Those are the little things that you can tell a team is coming alive and playing for their coach, right? Talk about it matters how you play in those moments. And today, that's a good, positive sign. You're playing a team like Iowa State. Iowa State is a gritty, tough team. We talk about Rocco Beck, just win, baby. And they find a way to get it done. But today, they out-grittied Iowa State. Did the little things right. Like I said, time of possession and penalties and turnover margin, all those little things, they did those things efficiently today, because without them, I don't think they beat Iowa State. Iowa State usually wins the tough games like this, but they came alive to support their coach, and Godspeed to your health, Prime Time.
Absolutely. Had a health issue with the blood clots earlier in the week, and by the end of the week, his team pulls off a huge win. Those are the players and head coach that we are buzzing about Saturday, number 7 in college football.